That's why big banks are fisheries in the economy, because they hold the whales, they hold the sharks, they control the currents, the currencies, they handle with the floats, and obviously the retail investors are the fish. I get money, I get money, I get money. Finance stocks as Saturn enters Pisces. Make sure you watch this full video today because this one's an absolute banger. What's up, everybody? Art Turner, Data Productions Media. Dreams are tangible aspirations where we scheme our dreams into existence. Like I said in the intro, I have another banger for you today. The next installment in our Gematria Stocks Astrology series. We're going down the list, but this one is fundamentally important to the matrix. We're talking about Saturn. We're talking about Pisces, but obviously we're in the money-making business here. We got to talk about money-making equities, money-making stocks within the financial realm. So I'm really excited about this one. Make sure you watch this full video today. If you haven't already, make sure you're going to dataproductionsmedia.com so you can get all my articles. But you have to make sure you can follow along with this most current one because it's a good one and it's jam-packed. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the article. With planet Saturn, aka Cronus for Greek mythology, entering the last zodiac sign of Pisces, equities companies that should do well will be in the financial sector. Within the financial sector, that includes banks, insurance companies, and asset management funds or holdings. The companies within this industry that prove to be flexible and fluid with the changes in the world will have huge opportunities for investors looking for discounted growth in the next few years. Remember, we're going to get into it. The mythology Pisces, that's the two fish, fluidity, water, Aquarius, all coming into play here. And so I would be remiss if we don't talk about the symbolism and the significance of Saturn and its astrology. So here are some of the characteristics of Saturn. Saturn, as we know, is the sixth planet. It enters Pisces on March 7th, 2023. It stays there until May 24th, 2025, when it enters Aries. Then it ducks back into Pisces, which is the retrograde, back into Pisces between September 2025 and February 2026. So we have a good about 3 years of Saturn being in Pisces. Obviously, it's going to retrograde back to Aries a little bit, but that's okay. That's just a part of the process. For the most part, it's going to be in Pisces the next 3 years. And so in Pisces, Saturn will build foundations a little bit differently. All right, it's going to be different than the past, and I'm going to show you why. Pisces is the 12th and final astrological sign in the zodiac. It is a negative, mutable sign. It spans 330 degrees to 360 degrees of celestial longitude. Because remember, obviously, 360 degrees makes a full, complete circle. But what's very interesting about this is that Pisces starts on the 333rd degree, 330th degree. All right, which you can see as 33rd, 33. And that's important because as the 12th sign, it signifies change, elevation to the next step. Just how, you have the 33 degrees in Freemasonry. When you hit that Pisces sign in zodiacally, I don't even know if that's a word, but zodiacally, when you hit that 330 degree mark, that signifies you're almost to that next step. You're almost to that change. So this is a very significant time with Pisces and Saturn. So we need to take heed to this. Pisces is mutable water. So the way Saturn works with structure in this sign will be more elastic and fluid than we've experienced for a long time. Remember, we're going to be in Aquarius too via Pluto. So the whole realm is essentially going to be water. There will be more room for change and adaptability. The ideological containers that become too rigid in Aquarius will morph into jellyfish. More responsive systems will take their place. Saturn, Cronus, remember, in Greek mythology, is about maturity, responsibility, discipline, and stewardship. As per astrology, Saturn spends about 2.46 years in each zodiac sign. In Vedic astrology, Saturn is often called the god of karma or justice. It's associated with ethics, justice, career, achievements in life, virtues, and value. It also represents a concern with long term planning or foresight. So you see, with all these characteristics of Saturn and Pisces, how I'm morphing these two together. All right, you see what the stocks I'm looking for, and this is what the angles you have to look for in the stock market if you're going to be playing in this game. You have to see the symbolism of the energies around you, okay? And so let's go straight to the gematria here. A 330 zodiac degree and big banks are fisheries in the economy. They both equal 333 in the English ordinal cipher. That's big time. That's major. Now, let me break it down a little bit more. We've talked about the 330 degree in the zodiac a little bit and how important that is. So it's highly important that we see that within the gematria. If what I'm saying is true, if what I'm saying is when we get to the 330 degree mark in the zodiac, when we hit the 12th sign in the zodiac, we're almost close to changing and going around again. All right. So that's why it's got to be in the 333 because it shows the energy and how powerful that is. And so going to the next one, big banks are fisheries in the economy. Well, think about it. Think about it real quick. Big banks. What do we call money? Currency, right? Currents. Think about the stock market. We call, how many shares a company has for their market cap. We call that a float, right? So there's a lot of ship, a lot of water symbolism when it comes to money in the stock market. Big banks, they funnel everything through. They funnel all the dollars through for everybody. Retail investors were just small little fish. Who do they call the big guys in the institutional realm? They call them whales, right? Who do they call, the sharp people within the stock market, the ones that are looking for opportunities to take other people out? They call them sharks, right? So, it all makes sense. That's why big banks are fisheries in the economy because they hold the whales, they hold the sharks, they control the currents, the currencies, they handle with the floats, and obviously the retail investors are the fish. And so we go to the next one, currencies and the stock market, they both equal 52 in the English reduction cipher. Very important. There's 52 weeks in the year. Currencies, it's always going 52 weeks in a year. The stock market, essentially it's open almost 52 weeks in a year. Obviously, there's days off and stuff like that, but it's never ending. Obviously we have weekends off, but it's the same thing. It's always flowing. Business is always flowing. Equities, 2.5, mutable water. So think about it. Equities equal 42, 2.5, just like Saturn's rotation of 2.46, close enough. And mutable water, they all equal 42 in the English reduction cipher. Then look, we have Cronus, money, business, all equaling 27 in the reduction cipher as well. Then we have God, obviously equals 26 in English ordinal. Cronus controls 206 in ordinal, which is 26 when you take the zero value placeholder of 0 out. So you see the connections there. And hopefully that's formulating for you the importance of water and Saturn together. Because look, water and Saturn together has an interesting mix. When these two mix together, that means change is coming. That means institutional things are going to shift and happen in how the big boys of the realm operate. So it's going to be very important because also you have to understand, just because things are changing doesn't mean the ultimate hands change, because the ultimate hands change never changed. But how they control the realm will, and there's opportunity there, and we have a couple stocks that I think they're gonna do well. And so we're gonna talk a little bit more about finance stocks, banks, insurance, money management with Saturn and Pisces with Gematria. But before we go any further, I have a couple things I want to get out because, I'm kind of emotional. And I want to bring up one quick point, and I want to say thank you. So last night, February 22nd, Zachary K. Hubbard from Gematria Effect News had his typical live stream, his callers and whatnot. And he has said that he's going to start getting into the stock market. And, hopefully, at some point, we'll work together on that. I've reached out and, hopefully that comes into fruition. But one thing I do want to talk about, I want to say thank you. I want to give a shout out to whoever went onto his show and shouted me out and, gave me an opportunity to be heard on his live stream and let him know that I want to collaborate with him. And so I'm just going to play the clip. It's about 30, 40 seconds, and it kind of made me emotional when I saw this last night because it really brings home how dedicated my community is to the growth of D.A.T.A Productions Media, D.A.T.A Capital Investments, and for that person to go out of his own way to take the effort to say, hey, we need to make that D.A.T.A Productions Media interview happen. That meant something to me. That keeps me going. That keeps me motivated, and that keeps me wanting to grind for my army, for my tribe, because I have warriors, and I want to make sure I'm a good general to my warriors and stuff like that. We're growing and building the community the right way. And so there's just small instances like this that prove to be big things overall and in motivation and whatnot. So I'm just going to play the clip. And thank you again for whoever called in because this was amazing.
There was also, have you heard a YouTuber named D.A.T.A Productions Media?
That name is super familiar, so I must have. I'm trying to think. Are they the one that does like all the Tupac death videos? I'm just thinking of somebody else.
No, he does Gematria and then D.R. Turner, but he focuses mostly on like stocks and like sports, like documentaries using Gematria. But I think he wanted to do an interview with you about or interview or collab about like using stocks, using Gematria by predicting the stock market and stuff. So
sure.
I just want to let you know.
Sure. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I am subbed to his channel. I looked it up. Yeah, I'm happy to collaborate with him. And again, you guys.
So that's the little clip. Thank you again for whoever did that. And again, I've been reaching out via Twitter, YouTube. We'll see what happens if that manifests into a collaboration, interview, a dialogue. For people who have been a part of D.A.T.A Productions media community for a long time, you understand, we've been doing this stocks thing at a high level for over, 2 years now. And we're just going to keep that going. Whoever gets into the space, that's awesome. It's going to keep growing. But what we have going on here, that train can't stop. And I'm going to keep worrying about what I have to do to put my community in the best place possible. Obviously, that's, getting the best, interviews possible so we can get more value and elevate ourselves. But when it comes to the stock game, you really have to have, your own edge and whatnot. So thank you again. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep grinding. And, with that being said, since we're talking about stocks and it's a Saturn video, I just want to let you guys know, if you're new to my community, if you don't know, I do have a Patreon where you can support, but you get tons of value. This is a stock video over here. So you get my Gematria stocks, newsletters, and notes for only $5 a month. And with that, you actually get the Saturn and Pisces stocks that I'm actually invested in, growth and dividend stocks. There's two branches that I've worked off of. I have an insurance stock, I have an asset management stock, I have a bank stock that you can actually get with my newsletters and notes. And another thing about that, since we started a dividend portfolio, every month at the end, I will post all our positions within our dividend portfolio and track our growth and our progress throughout the year and throughout the years. And so if you're interested, if you want to learn more and how to use Gematria for stocks and how I've been doing it at a high level for over 2 years, this is where you want to go. If you want to get my sports documentaries, I have 20 documentaries, 30 plus minute long on my Patreon right now. Is going to be 21 at the end of this month. It's another banger on the way. And hey, for $5 a month, you get better content than Netflix, all HD, and you're helping me out, a small business for a great cause. So if you want to elevate that way via sports documentaries, a lot of esotericism and things like that, this is where to go. And I have 20, about to be 21 soon. So really consider that sports documentaries tier for $5 a month. But say if you want both my Gematria stocks and my sports documentaries, you can get my Dream Schemers Ultimate Woke Pack. That's only $8.63 a month. That's a $1.37 discount, the 33rd Prime, and you can get both. Best value I can give you. It's amazing, and you will make some money and you will elevate. I can guarantee you that if you put the work in with all the information I have in here, you will. So if you want to join, that's how you can help me. And thank you to everyone for your support thus far, because it helps me keep motivated and wanting to grow. And we're nowhere done. If you want to join my Discord, it's a free Discord. Link in the description or the comment section. Just go and you can enter. You can join. We talk about stocks, Gematria, crypto, conspiracies, sports, history. We talk about it all. So, and again, it's free. This is really the best value I can give you right here. Is my Discord. At a cost of $0. So if you want to have a more personal one-on-one contact with me, I'm always here all day, every day. I'm easy to get in touch with. Join here. I'd love to have you. And hey, if you want to support in another way, I have my Strictly Sports YouTube channel. No Gematria. It's still conspiracy based, but I took out the Gematria because it's censored, obviously, on YouTube. But my second YouTube channel is called The Sports Vaults, ESPN Enemy Number One. You can join. I have 33 videos, as you see right now, different playlists of all these different videos: football, basketball, baseball, soccer, other sports, and it's amazing as well. So it's documentary based, still conspiracy based, just without the Gematria. So that's another way you can support this channel. I'd love to have you on there as well. But that's all I have for you for plugs. And let's get back to the video. Finance, stocks, banks, insurance, money management with Saturn and Pisces. Let's get into the Gematria. So as we see, we have Cronus Banks equaling 137 in English Ordinal, the 33rd Prime. Cronus Banks, Saturn Banks, same thing. Banking stocks in 2023 for 2024, 222 in English Ordinal. Why is that important? Because you want to buy the stocks now for when they hit the run in 2024. I'm a long-term swing to long-term investor. So I don't mind waiting and accumulating, all right? So I'm buying banking stocks now so I can profit a year later. In my opinion, that's less risk, less stress than being in and out of trades all the time and whatnot. Bank stocks governed by Cronus, 322 in English Ordinal. Obviously, Skull and Bones, 322, but also we're in 2023 as it's mirrored, 223. You have to look forward and backwards. So that's very important in a lot of cases because it's the scripting. It's governed by the same energies. Then we got currency, money god, Cronus god, all equaling 44 in the English reduction cipher. We have Saturn god, Cronus banks, both equaling 38 in English reduction as well. What else equals 38? Gematria, energy, good stocks equals 38 as well. So these are having all the ingredients we need to make good decisions on what industries and what sectors to get in and start accumulating in specific times in the world. Bank stocks with Cronus and Pisces, 2,222. It's English extended. It's called standard now. It's just extended off the English Ordinal. And so I would be remiss if I don't use the satanic Gematria cipher when we're talking about Saturn. Okay, So, what makes the satanic gematria cipher important and interesting, it starts at the 36. A starts at 36. All right, and then it goes up from there. 6 times 6 equals 36. So we have Saturn and banking both equaling 303 in satanic gematria. That's important. That's 33. So you have to keep that in mind. We also have insurance equities with Saturn, 1,307, 137, 33rd prime. We have bank stocks, 2023, 1,330 in satanic, that 133. That's probably one of the biggest investing numbers you can have. And we've shown that time and time again. And we have bank stocks with Cronus and Pisces, 1,377 in reverse satanic. It's kind of like a big 137. Remember, 33rd prime. So these are all important. When you have those type of simple decodes in the satanic gematria cipher, going with banking, you're in the right energetic spot. So hopefully you guys are picking up on that. Then we got the skies equaling 33 in reduction. Bank stocks 2024, 33 in reduction. And what else equals 33 in reduction? Stories, right? So think about it. We're talking about gematria stocks and astrology. So what better way to think about it with 33s is you look to the skies for the stories to invest in stocks, right? So keep all this in mind. We look to the skies to see the stories to invest, because they always say investment. What's this company's story? What's the stock story? People invest in stories. All right. I've been saying that since I've been doing this the whole time. All right. Stories are very important, but you can also look to the skies for a very important story and to where to go, because it gives you a storyline. All right. Saturn in Pisces and the banking stocks both equal 61 in reduction, 92 in reverse reduction. All right. So it's telling you the energies are there for the banking stocks when Saturn's in Pisces. It's important to getting these type of stocks now so we can get the run when it's time to sell at their peak, when it goes through its natural cycles of things. Then we have, what's important and what's interesting about 67, which it's even in my own life too. I wore number 67 when I played college football. It's 33 steps away from 100. So in a lot of senses, it has a 33 permutation as well. We have Cronus and Pisces. Saturn controls banks. Banking stocks 2023. Discounted bank stocks all equaling 67 in the reduction cipher. And, we should be taking heed to this. Banking stocks in 2023. Saturn controls banks. What's Saturn doing? What year are we in? Don't we like discounts? Isn't Cronus Saturn? So these are all things you have to consider. Finance stock with Saturn and Pisces, and banking stock is influenced by Saturn. They both equal 133 in reduction. Probably the most important investing number you can get. That's important. And we have some Sumerian. Insurance equities, Saturn stock equals 2,220, and asset management stock, Saturn, 2022. We have that 222 with the permutations. 222 is a big control number. We understand that. All right. And let me show you, since we're here, let me show you. Look, authority figures equals 222 in English ordinal. So that's why 222, in my opinion, is so important, but that much more important when it comes to Saturn and things that control the realm. Obviously, banks, money, institutions, insurance, all that. All right. That's what we need to see. And if you want to put the Colel rule in there as well, 223 is only one digit off 222. So it's close enough energetically in a lot of senses. Banks with Cronus and Pisces and asset management stocks 2023, they both equal 330 in reverse ordinal, English ordinal. Then we got buy money management stocks in 2023 And credit defaults in 2023 banking companies, that's 330 in ordinal as well. A lot of the financial analysts are saying there's going to be a credit default sometime in 2023. Obviously, we know credit is at all-time highs, almost $1 trillion for consumer credit. That's unsustainable. That's dangerous. And that's going to reflect in the market eventually. And if it does actually reflect in the market, that can even improve even better opportunities to get in some of these asset management stocks that I go over in my Patreon newsletter. And so make sure you're keeping all this in your watch list and things like that. If you get into my Discord, I give some plays as well for free. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys got some great value out of this, and you guys are going to be looking at some bank stocks and put them on your watch list. Remember, see D.A.T.A Capital Investments top financial stocks for 2023 on my Patreon, link in the description or comment section below. Check out my documentaries, sports documentaries on Patreon. We got another banger coming out with the NFL script memes. So stay tuned for that in the trailer. Check out my other links, Discord, like the video, subscribe, support however you feel as though you would like to support. I would love that. Thank you for everything thus far from my community. It's a mutual relationship where I give you guys all my energy, you guys give your energy back to me, and that's why we keep growing. But with that being said, Art Turner, D.A.T.A Productions Media, dreams are tangible aspirations where we scheme our dreams into existence. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.